Well, a senior lecturer at the Department of Political Science at the University of Ghana and director of the Center for European Studies, Dr. Sasante, believes his resignation is in the right direction. We'll be bringing you that sound shortly. He spoke on Newsdesk, but of course the Ministry of Education has ordered public universities to refund monies paid above the 15% increment in fees. The ministry says those receipts were illegal and immediate measures must be taken to refund same. According to the Public Relations Officer of the Ministry, Kwesi Kwarteng, the ministry expects the refund to be made without delay to the students. This came up during a meeting with the University Council yesterday over the matter. Kwesi Kwarteng spoke for the ministry.
Indeed, the law is very clear. I'm not sure any institution, any individual, whosoever he may be, may have the liberty to vary the law. This is not just a parliamentary decision, but a parliamentary decision backed by a law. And the law provides framework upon which such arrangements are supposed to be done. So on what basis will anybody say that for him, Parliament said this and they elected to do what is lower? That is a very subjective approach to implementing or adhering to the law. I'm not sure the law is implemented on the basis of subjectivities and people's discretion and their opinions. The law is the law. Okay. And so if the University of Ghana elects that for them they want to charge lesser than what has been approved previously, it's left to them. But what is most important is that Parliament is saying that you are supposed to charge 15% of what you charged last year, and essentially they can't go or vary that directive. Indeed, if the University of Ghana is saying that, well, they previously, they were not charging or they undercharged, you cannot use a figure that you configured as a charge, because the charge is what indeed the students paid for. You cannot say that for us we were expecting to charge A amount and we change it to B amount. So for that matter, today we are at liberty to charge the configured A amount, where in reality, was never the case.
Okay. Now, as they have gone back now, have they given the ministry any timeline as to when they would communicate the position of council to you?
Oh, I believe that University of Ghana wants to resolve this thing, same as the Ministry of Education. I am not of the view that they will indeed want to drag this thing. The council know better than myself. The men centered on the council knows the position of the law and they know the right thing. And so we have to give them the liberty. They know the agency of the movement and they know how information is very key, especially in bringing this matter to an end or resolving this matter. So I'm very hopeful that as soon as possible, they should be able to get back to. And indeed, it was a directive from the minister that they should reverse, now get back to the 15% that was approved to by Parliament, and then communicate same to the public. Of course, as to how they want to do it, I think they gave a lead that they have to consult council. But the expectation is that they will comply by the directive by the minister.
Meanwhile, University of Ghana is this morning insisting that it has complied with all directives from the Ministry of Education, and it says that it's approved fees for charges. According to the ministry, its investigations proved that the University of Ghana is the only institution charging about 37% increment instead of the prescribed 15%. But the Pro-Vice Chancellor of the University of Ghana insists the law has not been violated, as the Council of the University may have to seek proper interpretation of the law at the appropriate quarters.
We have complied already. Let's not argue in circles. We have complied already. The difference is that the base numbers we are using are different. So there needs to be a legal interpretation of which base number we should use. We are using 2019 approved. That was the last time fees were approved. Those were the base figures.
Are we to expect an attempt by the university to head to court just to get a clear directive on what the position of the law is before you take any further decision?
Well, that is an option for the University Council.
NUG's President Dennis Lai has been responding. He joins us live for more. Dennis, I'm grateful for your time. How do you react to the university's decisions? Well, I'm told he spoke earlier. Let's listen to what he had to say.
The minister has justified what is truly the right thing, because the excuse from University of Ghana as mentioned early on, falls flat in the face of two logics. One is on the logic of statistics, i.e., the fact that in 2019-2020, the supposed 15% they claim they did not apply, they did apply, and we have documents to that effect. The website of the University of Ghana holds the bills from 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, and it shows clearly that indeed it was applied. On the grounds of law too, it does not hold, because if Parliament sets a standard or a law and you have any justification or cause to vary it, no administrative body has that administrative right to unilaterally vary it without recourse to Parliament. So if the University of Ghana do believe that they want to vary the basis for the adjustments and use any other one, they need to go back to Parliament for approval. And that has been our conversation so far in the entire I mean, we have said that the constitution of this country or the laws of this country that gives persons the right to hold certain offices give young people like myself and the National Union of Ghana students remedies to protect and defend ourselves. And we may not be able to tell you what we will do, but every single remedy provided by the Constitution for the enforcement of the laws of this country is at our disposal. One includes mass actions, it includes court actions, includes petitions to Parliament, includes everything that will be at our disposal for enforcement of our basic and fundamental human rights.
Dennis Labi is NUC's president. He joins us live now. Dennis, how do you react to the university management's decision?
Thank you very much, Aisha. I believe that the position of the University of Ghana management is quite worrying, to say the least, and to be charitable with discretion. We believe that the very essence of law or the rule of law is that it protects everyone. In this situation, it is the same law that gives the management of the University of Ghana the right to operate and the mandate to discharge their duties. It is that same right or is that same law that is being invoked and used to direct them, to tell them that do A or B, because Parliament has set a provision. It is unfair and unfortunate that we would be at this point where some universities decide to comply and others decide not to comply. For us at the National Union of Ghana Students, we believe this is quite worrying.
What do you intend to do about this?
The laws of this country do truly give protection to everyone and gives remedies in this situation. We are within our constitutional rights to pursue any of them. What we are saying is that we may not be able to tell you what we will do, because the element of surprise also makes it effective for us. But we can assure you and the students of this country that we will pursue this matter to its logical conclusion. We will pursue this matter through every means that the laws of this country permit us.
Dennis Labi is NUC's president, and he says that they will pursue this to its logical conclusion. Thank you so much for your time this afternoon. Now, the acting director General of the Ghana Education Service, Dr. Eric Nkansa, has been confirmed as a substantive Director General of the service. A letter issued on January 4 and signed by the Director of Human Resources at GES, Angela Frimpong Nkansa, and addressed to all regional directors of the GES, directed that all official correspondence and memoranda should therefore be addressed as such. Congratulations to Dr. Nkansa, Director General, Ghana Education Service. The letter noted prior to his appointment, he was a technical advisor in charge of tertiary education at the Ministry of Education. His appointment took effect on October 19 last year after President terminated the secondment contract of his predecessor, Professor Kwesi Opoku-Amankwah, who was asked to return to his previous post at the KNUST.